Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. I was recently contacted by a group called Compassionate Friends, and they wanted to know how I comforted the terminally ill. Apparently, they've had some parents join the group with terminally ill children, and they wanted to know how I, as a spiritual medium, would comfort someone like that. And a few of the people from the Compassionate Friends, this particular group, had been to me at different times for readings over the past few years. And I explained to them that there's only one real way to comfort. First, you have to remove all the myths and fears, connect it with what we do so people have a clear understanding of the beautiful, peaceful dimension that we go to when we leave this place, the physical plane. You know, heaven, it's just a beautiful, comforting place. And after we remove a lot of the myths and fears through education, then we have to bring through evidence. That's the only way. I mean, you can tell anybody anything you want, but if there's nothing to back it up, you know, my friend always says the proof is in the pudding. So you have to bring information in that they can validate, that they can say, yes, that's true. You can't just tell them fluff or tell them a story, you know, a beautiful story. You have to have evidence, you have to have proof. And that's where evidential mediumship is really the only thing that will truly validate and convince people of the other side, is by bringing in pieces, snippets of information that only the loved one in spirit and the person who comes for the reading would truly understand. So, you know, whether it's a child who passes or a spouse who passes or you know, a relative or a friend, or it doesn't matter, you know, a terminally ill patient, the most important thing for me, and I've read quite a few terminally ill people through the years, and a lot of them have passed into spirit now. The only way to really comfort them, like I said, is to first and foremost relieve their minds and get rid of this garbage fear that Hollywood and other charlatans out there have created. You know, and you've heard me say many times, a grave injustice has been done to the world of spirit, to God and the world of spirit, through these movies and Hollywood and I mean all this stuff that's coming out now about Hollywood and the children and how they've been sexually abused through the years. It's not new news to me. You know, it's just not good. It's just not a good thing. So I try to remove all the myths and fears. That's what, when I teach this work, that's the first thing that I teach my students, is to remove all the myths and fears. So first and foremost, they have to remove it from their own left brain themselves, because the soul resides in the right side of the brain. So removing myths and fears and bringing in true evidence, pieces of information that they know, the ones who come for me, knowing that they're come to me, the ones who know that they're going to be stepping into the next dimension in a short while, I want to tell them, I want to comfort them through bringing in, pulling in energies of loved ones that passed before them, who can validate, you know, that I can validate through messages that I'm really connecting with them. And I think that's the most important thing. The most important thing, again, removing the myths and fears, and then bringing in true evidence that I am truly connecting to the other side, this beautiful, wonderful place where they too soon will be going. Okay, so I hope that answers your question, and as always, I leave you in God's love and light.